Hello, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk a little bit about AI art. Lately, this discussion has been going around quite a bit, right? A lot of people, a lot of artists has been feeling frustrated, angry, and sometimes defeated and even depressed by this whole AI situation. Because when you look at AI art, is basically a process where someone can just type in a few words, a few keywords, and then the computer will generate a result. Whereas if you're to ask a person to create it, that artist will have to go through years of training, years of practice, before they can even arrive at that point of creating, delivering, and creating those results. So it is understandable that some artists can be feeling uh, frustrated by that. It's like, what is the point of me trying to draw better, or for me to keep practicing to try to paint better or sculpt better, right? Um, Personally, the way I look at the whole situation is this: uh, I look at art more as a process. Okay. Um, because I've learned more through art about how to be a person, how to be a human being than more than just about how to make a better sculpture, how to make a more realistic creature, for example. Um, so to me, art is more about the process. Okay, the process of you going through the process of training yourself, of disciplining yourself, and try to arrive at a moment of a higher artistic uh, level of ability, that is far more important than just the result itself. Okay, because if you're to imagine somehow that there is a portal, all right, and you can just go in one end as a 20-year-old, you can come out the other end as a 70-year-old. Okay, meaning if you're to jump through this portal, um, you go in as a 20-year-old, you come out 70-year-old, you already have your children, you have your grandchildren, but you'd be 70 years old, right? Which one would you choose? I think most people will choose actually going through life, living from 20 to 70 years old, right? Instead of just jumping through the portal and coming out to the other on the other end. Most people will choose actually living their lives. Why is that? Because it is about the process. It is about experiencing every single moment, experiencing the ups and downs, you know, uh, dealing with the challenges and um, tackling the hurdles, going through them, and then uh, coming out victorious on the other end, or at least that's what we do. That's what we should be trying to do. So if that is the case, art is the same thing. A lot of times it isn't just about the result. It isn't just about the photorealistic rendering or the highly polished 3D creation. It is about the artist trying to improve and perfect, his or her skill uh, to try to perform better because in a way, that is what living is. That is the purpose of our existence, is to experience every single moment, experience all of the frustrations and the rewards, and feeling proud of ourselves, being able to accomplish those difficult things, right? So if that is what matters, then it, it shouldn't bother us as much that somehow this other person can just skip ahead and then produce a similar result. I mean, on a ego level, that could be hurting, but um, on a human level, that is actually very much irrelevant, right? This you creating your art, you pouring your heart and soul into the process is you living your life, and it is your life that you're living, right? It isn't about you're trying to do something, try to impress other people, trying to impress someone else. So the first part of the process, or the first way of looking at this whole situation is this. You need to pay attention to why did you become an artist in the first place? And you should be able to and willing to validate yourself for all the hard work that you put in, for everything that you've experienced throughout the process. That's number one. Okay. And number two, if some people, if your uh, way of making a living as an artist has been negatively impacted by AI art, then you need to look at it from a different angle. All right. Don't put everything into the same bag. Look at it from a different angle as, okay, so if this thing has negatively impacted my way of making a living, what can I do differently to improve my income level or to sustain my income level? Okay, because here's the thing: whatever your attack, whatever you're dealing with, if the odds against you are 20 to 1, for example, instead of just taking one action and expecting that somehow it will overcome that 20 to 1 odds against you, you should be trying 20 different options to increase the likeliness or the likelihood of your success, right? That's how you should be looking at things. Because unless you're making like an obscene amount of money, but as an artist, if you're watching this video, more likely than not, you're not making an obscene amount of money. So if that is the case, then there are many ways, many different things you can try to utilize your skill as an artist to just, to improve your living standards, to improve your finances. You will be able to come up with other ways of um, uh, you know uh, improving your income level and things like that. So think of 20 different ways and give those things a try and try to see if your finances can be improved, right? So instead of dwelling on the problem and try to describe the problem like 100 different ways, focus your energy elsewhere. Focus your energy on finding a solution. Okay, try to um, try to come up with different ways of improving your finances. You need to look at the art and the finances separately. You shouldn't combine everything into one giant mixed bag. And so when that is the case, then you're gonna feel yourself um, thinking more proactively when you're dealing with this type of situation, right? Because this is your life, this is your journey. You're already here in this life, in this universe. You're here to be an artist, and you're already an artist. Okay, you should be proud of everything you've accomplished, but use that as your encouragement. Use that as the belief of you uh, keep keeping moving forward, right? So when you're able to do that, you'll be able to turn things around. You have a whole different outlook on life, and you have a whole different outlook on the future, right? Um, because at the end of the day, what other options do we have, right? Um, this is your life. This is your existence. Don't let anyone or anything outside of you, to take away your right to pursue and to chart a better course, for your journey. All right, just keep fighting, and then you'll be all right.